The man was taking a shower. Suddenly the veteran touches his body. He discovered the man's Jewish secret. The man was terrified. He fell to his knees and begged for mercy. The veteran got along well with the man. He didn't denounce him. Instead, he comforted him. So they became best friends. The man felt the warmth of humanity. However, during another battle, they captured a Soviet radio. His teammates asked the men to translate the contents of the radio. Suddenly, there was gunfire in the distance. The veteran was attacked by the enemy. He died beside the men. The man felt pain. He thinks about his situation. The man was afraid that the Germans would find out who he was. He thought he might as well join the Soviet Union. So he immediately contacted the Soviets on the other side. He told them he was a Jew and a member of the Komsomol. He lied that he had infiltrated the German army. He had just killed all the soldiers here. Now he wanted to go back to the Soviet camp. The Soviets marveled at the man's bravery. They agreed to meet him at the same time. The man sneaks out at night. He held his rifle above his head. He waited for the Soviets to meet him, but the man was puzzled. The Soviets on the other side also raised their rifles above their heads. Then a group of Germans rushed out behind him. The Germans saw that the man was going to attack the enemy camp alone, so they wanted to help him. The man's plan didn't work. Instead, he became the hero of the Germans. When the general found out about it, he praised the man and sent him to school to study. The man was very happy. The school was safer than the war. But soon he realized something was wrong. The theme of the school is centered on the destruction of the Jews. The man realizes that the school is more dangerous than the battlefield. To hide his identity as a Jew, he became more careful. Every time he went to the bathroom, he checked to see if the lock was intact. When he took a shower, he checked to see if the curtain was transparent. Unfortunately, the men's first lesson was to recognize Jews. The instructor starts with the physical characteristics of a Jew. The men were terrified. The instructor called the man to the stage for a demonstration. First, he took a ruler and measured. Then he took out a color chart and compared it to Arthur's eyes. The man was afraid that he would be discovered. But after the instructor's comparison, he came to the conclusion that the man was an Aryan. And because of this lesson, made the man's identity more secure. He began to accept reality. He even fell in love with a woman. This woman was very spontaneous. On their first date, they wanted to take things further. But the man was worried about revealing his identity. He rejected the woman. After going back, the man used wool to fix the problems of the Jews. Although the process is very difficult, but as long as he could be with the girl, he endured the pain. But he had just finished his surgery. He received a notice for the school's physical examination.